Hey, Room 14 parents, it's me, Mrs. Green. Things are a little different this year. I won't be hosting back to school night like I typically would. Um, we as a third grade team decided that we would record a video for you guys and go over our slideshows with you. And then we would open it up for a half an hour on Tuesday if you had any questions. So I will try to be as thorough as possible. I have a little slideshow presentation, and I also have a video from Mrs. Vento. She is going to be sending this as well, but she asked us to put it into our presentation. So I have a short slideshow just about myself and about our curriculum, what I would typically show you at a back to school night. So I'm sorry I didn't get it done Friday. There was a lot going on and had to get everything else done. And here I am on Sunday, and I hope this gets to you in time for you to review it and come up with any questions that you might have to ask me on Tuesday. It is not mandatory that you come to back to school night on Tuesday night or come to it via Zoom. It's absolutely optional. If I answer all of your questions and you don't have anything to ask me, please don't feel obligated just to be there. It's really if you have any questions. Not that you're not welcome to just be there if you'd like to, but I know it's right smack dab in the middle of dinner time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. It's been a while here since I did this. I taught in the spring with Zoom, but then I switched to, okay, here it is. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you Mrs. Vento's video first, just to get that and that I don't forget. So let's go ahead and watch her video, and then I'll go over my slideshow with you. And I'll be watching with you because I haven't watched it yet.
To our virtual back to school night. I'm Amy Vento, principal of Lee Elementary School. I just want to say welcome and thank you parents for trusting us with your children, because it is not a job we take lightly. Thank you for your contributions of our parent groups to PTA and Project LEAP, and for your overall support of our staff, programs, and school. Back to school night is a time to learn about your teacher schedules, routines, and expectations. And if you have questions regarding the presentation you're about to see, please join his or her live Q&A. Your teacher will send you a Google Meet or a Zoom link to join. And I encourage you to do so. It's a great time to connect. Lee is an incredible school with incredible programs. We are ranked number 6 in the county in overall mathematics. We are the number 2 school in the entire county in the area of English language arts, number 1 in the district. Much of our success is due to the amazing partnership we have with you, our families. Student achievement and success at Lee is a shared responsibility, so your involvement in our programs truly is critical. So I'd like to speak for just a second about Project LEAP and PTA and why your involvement is so important. PTA raises money to provide unique learning opportunities for our kids and raises money to offer family and community events which bring us together. Project LEAP provides much needed money to allow our kids to have top of the line technology and resources and programs. Our amazing parent groups, supported by you, over those in other schools. For an example, just in the last year, between the two groups, they have spent over $20,000 in new technology for our schools: projectors, Elmos, amplifier systems, iPads. They've spent over $12,000 in instructional subscriptions like RazKids, Accelerated Reader, National Geographic, Time for Kids, Mystery Science. Over $1,000 we've spent on our coding and engineering program called Project Lead the Way. We have spent close to $10,000 to bring an exceptional art program to Lee, sponsored by our amazingly talented art teacher, Carrie Harbor. We spent several $1,000s on PE equipment. We're going to spend more this year, as it's important to have each classroom have their own set of equipment as not to share with others. PTA spent close to $9,000 on classroom books, supplies, and novels last year. I'm so eternally grateful for the social emotional support they've given us for our students. They have really invested in our conscious discipline program with purchasing supplies and books. Last year, between PTA and Project LEAP, spent a combined $25,000 on classroom and media center furniture. And our largest expense is running our media center program and personnel, which is about $70,000 each year. But again, this is not something you find at all schools. I'd like to take a second to introduce you to our amazing parent group presidents, Project LEAP President Kelly Chang and PTA President Sandy Trowbridge. So I'm going to share my screen. They have a little video they'd like to, a little welcome for you. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Kelly Chang, and I'm Project Lead President. My son Henry is a currently third grader, and my daughter Natalie spent K through fifth year, so I'm on my eighth year here at Lee. For those of you who don't know who Project Leap is a nonprofit organization that was created specifically to raise funds for our school's technology needs. Most of the money we raise goes towards paying our media center teacher's salary as well as the assistant. But the remaining funds go towards replacing old classroom projectors, old computers for our teachers. And last year we even bought some microphone speaker combination systems to help project the sound better for our kiddos to hear the teachers. That may become more important this year, given everybody has to wear masks. We have many ways to raise money. Some of the easy stuff that you can do is to register with Amazon Smile or register your Routes card. You can go out to Mrs. Vento's parent resource page. It has all the links and instructions on how to do this. Other ways that we're raising funds is through monthly dine outs. You'll see flyers come home. Just go to those restaurants, bring the flyers, or order online and punch in a code that we give you, and some of the proceeds will come back to the school from that night's sale. We have spotting. You can order spotting and decorate a friend's yard or your child's yard. Happy birthday with some spots and Leo the leopard. And we have our marquee. So you can buy a line on the marquee and congratulate someone or again say happy birthday to your child. And then we have our pledge. You'll see out on the links we have a direct pledge. If you would like to do that, you are more than welcome to fill that out. And we've noted some of those already coming in, and thank you all to those who have already donated. We're already starting to see the funds flow in, so that's great. Lastly, our big fundraiser is our auction, our dinner auction, which is typically held in March. It's going to look a little differently this year. We're still trying to iron that out. So as soon as we have more information about that, we will be sending that out to you. I want to end with this. We always need help. We are made up of a board of 5 Lee moms, but there's always other jobs for you to take on. We are specifically looking for someone to help maintain our Project Leap website, as well as be the chair for our auction committee. There are other needs. More simple, setting up the dine outs is a super easy job, and we can always use help there. So anyways, I hope you're all excited to have your kids back in school. I know I am. From the Project Leap team, I'd like to say thanks for listening and have a great night.
Great. Kelly's amazing. We appreciate her so much. So I'd like to have Sandy Trowbridge, our PTA president, speak a little bit to you.
Hi, Lee families. My name is Sandy Trowbridge, and I am your Lee PTA president for this school year. I currently have a 4th grader here at Lee and a 6th grader at Oak. Obviously, our PTA had to make some adjustments because of all of our events being canceled, but our PTA really came together, and we still have some fun, exciting things planned for this school year. Our PTA will also still be paying for classroom supplies, office supplies, new classroom books. We just purchased them for kinder, online programs such as Raz Kids, and then also replacing some of the projectors in the teachers' classrooms. And here's how you can help. One way is by submitting membership. Membership is $10 per person. You can submit that online through our totem. The link will be provided in the weekly. Or you can send in a cash or check to the office. You can also add an extra donation. A $25 donation will get you our newly designed decal. A $50 donation will get you the decal plus the tote bag. And our $100 donation will get you the tote bag, the decal, and the chance to win the gold parking spot, which is near the office. Another way that you'll be able to help is our Step It Up event. We are still holding this event, but it will look very different than it has in years past. It will be all virtual. However, the kids will still be able to earn the same prizes that they've had in the last few years. If both of these things are successful, then our PTA has decided to give back to our families in a huge way, and that's by paying for Carnival, which means Carnival will be free to all of our families. That means you will not have to purchase wristbands, you will not have to purchase tickets. You just come and have a great time. Our Carnival has been changed to May, and this will only happen as long as restrictions have been lifted, but we know that this is something that we can give back to our families and can get us together and bring us back together as a community. There are also other ways that you can help. We will be looking for 2 to 3 room parents for each classroom. And basically these room parents will be in charge of things like classroom parties, whatever that may look like. You'll have to work with the teacher. You will also be in charge of teacher appreciation, teacher birthdays, as well as a project lead person to take care of auction baskets for our project lead auction that's going to be in March. Other ways that you can help is joining our board. You can join our board, you can run a committee, you can come and sit in the meetings and join some of us just to learn ways around. We love fresh faces. So if you are interested, please email me at leeptaprez@gmail.com. We thank you so much for your support. We couldn't do it without our parents and our families. And we hope that you have a happy and healthy school year. And thank you again for supporting us.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. So I can guarantee you we are the only school in the district who will be offering a free carnival, given that we raise enough money. And again, which this is another reason which makes us special. We are the family. So we are hoping to bring back, in addition to the other things that I've mentioned, we are hoping to bring back field trips, which last year cost $15,000, assemblies like Imagination Machine and our cyber safety officer, our guest speakers like Mr. Poppin, PTA and Project Leap support our student activities like Red Ribbon Week, Math Team, Maker Club, Spelling Bee, Talent Show, our family events like Ice Cream Social and our Kinder Play Date and our Science Night and our family events. So we are hoping to have those back. We are in need of some new things this year. We are hoping to, as Kelly talked about the sound amplifiers, we are hoping to purchase more this year to make sure that all of our classrooms have them. And it's about a $15,000 cost, but it really helps every student here in any part of the room. We have 10 last classrooms left that we need to replace the teacher computers, the projectors, Elmos, and that's about $40,000. So we're hoping to have a great fundraising season and get our teachers what they need. So listen, I get it. It's an expensive endeavor to operate a school like ours, right? But is your kid worth it? We think so. We think they deserve memorable hands-on experiences, unforgettable motivational assemblies, current technology to best prepare them for college and career in the ever-evolving 21st century. We feel they deserve family events that unite, bond, and make us stronger. We deserve an art program to develop a sense of curiosity and creativity. Our kids need programs to develop social emotional skills which help them self-regulate emotions and develop compassion and acceptance for all people. I want those things for my kids too. We need your support in order to make these dreams come true for our kids. So here's how you can help. Kelly talked about it a little bit for Project Leap, coming to our family dine outs, participating in those, filling out a spotting form to spot or recognize family and friends, pick a date to put a message on the marquee for your child, consider sending in a family donation pledge. If every family donated $200 to Project Leap, we'd be able to fund so many of these terrific programs. Sign up for eScripts. That is literally every time you go to Ralph's will donate money to our school. Easy as that. Or Amazon Smile. Every time you purchase something from Amazon, and let's face it, who doesn't use Amazon? Amazon donates to our school. Another way for PTA, join our PTA. Sandy talked about membership is only $10. You can upgrade your membership though. If you donate $25 for Ron's membership, you get membership plus, look at how cute that is. Come on now, better together with Leo with his mask. You can upgrade to silver status where you would get the decal. And here's just a picture of our new tote bag. Who doesn't want that? However, if you're a gold member with a $100 donation, you get the decal, the bag, plus a chance to win that gold member parking spot up in front of the office for a month. Please help by participating in our fall fundraiser, which we're kicking off next month. That's our Step It Up fundraiser. It's easy. We just email friends and family. So thank you, Lee families. As a few reminders, please visit that parent resource page that Kelly, Ms. Chang talked about. It has all the forms, everything you need for Project Leap and PTA. We are the family. We have our spirit days on Fridays. Have yourself and your kids wear red or wear their Lee shirts on Fridays. Be sure to read the weekly every Sunday when I push it out. It's got tons of information, everything you need to know. We are partners, so please remember to talk to your child's teacher if you have questions or concerns about what's happening with your child. We are the magic. You'll hear me say it, you'll hear your kids say it. Magic means at school, we know to be successful, you need to make eye contact. A, accept failure. We're going to learn from it. G, get up, get involved. I, there's no I in team. And C, we celebrate and we empower each other. Now, if I had you in person right now, I'd make you stand up and do our magic dance with me, like I do every year. But instead, before sending your child to school tomorrow, ask them, are you the magic? And let them do the dance for you, because really, they really are the magic and the reason why we do this important work. So thank you for your support. It's going to be an amazing year. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support and your love for our school as we adore your child. Have a great night.
Okay, that was wonderful. And as you got lots of information in that, lots to think about. I already got...
Hello everyone, this is your yearly dose of internet. I had such a fun year making videos, and I wanted to make a video highlighting the absolute best clips from my YouTube channel from 2019. So sit back, relax.
Sorry, I forgot that he was going to keep going. Sorry. I stopped sharing my screen, but I didn't get rid of that guy. So he came on after Mrs. Vento. Anyway, lots of information. I've already received a lot of those forms, a lot of those donations. Things will look a little bit differently this year, but this too shall pass, and we'll be right back to normal as soon as possible. So I want to get into my presentation. I know that was a little bit lengthy. Mine will not be lengthy, I promise, but just let me get that on here. Let me share my screen again. And let's see if I can do that. Let me get rid of him. And let me get to my presentation. Okay, so I'm just going to show it to you this way. Welcome to room 14, Mrs. Green. That's where we're at. Let's see, let me give you my slideshow version. Nope, it doesn't want to do it. Sorry, you know what, sometimes with Zoom being on, it's hard to see. I can move myself and see if I can get it. It doesn't want to go into, that's okay. I'll just do this for you. Move myself back up here. So a little bit about myself. I grew up in Southern California. I grew up in Cypress. I mean, some of you have listened in while I chatted with your kids online the last couple weeks ago. Gosh, a whole week has gone by since then. I grew up in Cypress, right up the road. I attended CSULB, where I got my liberal studies degree, and then I went off to get my master's degree and my credential after that. I've been married for 9 years. This is my husband, Mike. And these are my kids. Charlotte is 7 and Harrison is 4. And I actually hope to be bringing Charlotte to Lee, because you know what? I've been so impressed by how wonderful it is. And we live in Long Beach, and they're not going back to school until the end of January. So I'm so lucky to be teaching in such a wonderful place that I'm trying my hardest right now to bring her to Lee with me. So you may see her around if you're ever on campus. I taught in Long Beach Unified for 14 years before we moved. 15 years? 14 years before we were transferred with Toyota to Dallas, Texas. So my husband worked for Toyota for 20 years. We ended up going to Texas. Toyota was moving to Texas, and we went and we spent 3 years there. And, you know, as our families, grandparents got a little bit older and our kids were getting older, and the trek back and forth was harder and harder, we really felt like we were being pulled back to Southern California. It doesn't mean we didn't meet wonderful friends in Texas, and I even taught there last year, really learning the latest and the greatest, because their education system is really top notch. So I taught last year in Frisco, Texas, which is a very well sought out district in Texas for those that are moving to the Dallas area. So had a great experience there. just wasn't home for us. So here we are back in California, and it was a very interesting time to move. So I will give it that. We thought we were taking a big chance coming back. And then with COVID, it really made it extra challenging. But guess what? We can do hard things. Just like I tell your kids, it's not easy. It's not easy. So you have to be tough. You have to have grit and determination. This is my 17th year teaching. It seems like it's not. I have former students that are grown-ups now that I see out, and they're full-grown people in their 20s, and I myself was in my 20s when I was teaching them. So it's definitely been a long journey. I've held all types of positions, including full inclusion. I started my career teaching special education. I then went on to teach 2nd grade, 4th grade. Then I ended up teaching, I've taught a full inclusion class with a general ed class together as a combination, much like they have at McGaw. I also have taught gifted and talented. I've taught all types of classrooms and love challenging students and love teaching them where they are at developmentally, whatever they need. If they need a certain type of approach, I will find what it is. I really try to connect with them to figure out the best way that they learn, because learners are not all the same. Some of us learn kinesthetically. Some of us are tactile learners. So I really will find whatever approach it is to help your child. Some of my kids need to jump up and down while they learn their multiplication facts. They need to do a dance video. They need to sing a song. Some of my friends need to make Play-Doh arrays with little pieces of Play-Doh to touch the pieces and see it splayed out. And we will be doing all those kinds of things in 3rd grade. I want your kids to connect with something meaningful, however that looks for them. I want my learning to be meaningful. I don't like to teach just to teach. I want it to go with them and have them build on it. And studies show that if it's meaningful to them, they're more likely to remember it and to be engaged and involved. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. Back to school, we're a family. Mrs. Laughlin went over all of this, growth mindset, inspirational quotes. We're going to be doing all of this. I can play this little video for you. Uh-oh. There it goes.
There's a lot that the kids need
president.
to know.
If you haven't
Deliver
seen
to
Kid
a
President,
person
he's amazing.
on their first day here. Today, over 360,000 babies will be born, and you are one of them. Welcome, this is the world. It's a pretty cool place. There's lots to see, smell. There's corn dogs. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just so much to do. Singing, and dancing. Oh, and laughing. Laughing's the best. It's especially great when you laugh and milk comes out of your nose. But only if you just have milk. Otherwise, it's just gross. Some days gross things will happen. Some days awesome things will happen. Some days you'll get ice cream. Some days you won't. Some days your kite will fly high. Some days it gets stuck in the tree. It's just how it is here. There's plenty of reasons to dance. You just gotta look for them. Don't worry though, you won't be doing this alone. You're gonna meet lots of people here. Some of them will be really nice, and some won't be. It's not that they can't be, it's just, maybe they're just having a bad day. Being a person is hard sometimes. You should give people high fives just for getting out of bed. Oh, high fives, I forgot to explain that. How do I explain this? It's kind of, high fives are like hitting someone who is your friend. That's really bad. Just treat everybody like it's their birthday. Even if they don't deserve it. Because we all mess up sometimes. The biggest mess up, not forgiving each other's mess ups. Maybe you'll be a teacher. Maybe you'll be president. Maybe you'll cure every disease ever. You might even see the Grand Canyon, swim in the ocean. Oh, this is so much. It's a lot. Try this. Take a breath. Isn't that amazing? It's called breathing. You're going to do it a lot, and nobody knows exactly how much. So enjoy it. Pay attention. Take brain pictures. because amazing things will happen every day. You're gonna do so much, but it's not about what you do. It's about who you are. And you're awesome. You're made that way. You're made from love, to be loved, to spread love. Love is always louder, no matter what. Even if hate has a bullhorn, love is louder. So let your life be loud. Let's shout to the world. Things can be better. It's okay about all the mess ups. We're not doomed. Sorry, I'm just keep bringing that up. I don't think I told you this yet. I'm really glad you're here. We don't say that enough to each other here because, well, life gets busy. You're gonna be important and you're gonna do a lot and you're gonna smell great, but don't get too busy. Remember to let everybody know you're glad they're here. You don't have to remember all this right now. You're gonna need a pep talk sometimes, and that's okay. For now, remember this. You're awake, you're awesome, live like it.
He's always a good time. If you've never heard of Kid President, check him out on YouTube. He's incredible. He really is. He's so inspirational. And I show the kids things like that all the time because it is great. And we are here for great things. And so we really focus on a growth mindset. A lot of you, we read the energy bus. It's all about getting on that bus and not letting negativity get you behind. So we'll continue with the energy bus. By the way, we kind of hit the ground running with coming to real school. We will continue to weave the energy bus through. It is a theme in our classroom. It's not just something to get things kicked off. It is a theme. It's wonderful. So we really want our kids to believe that they are the magic, and that includes showing up every day and doing great things and believing that they are the magic. So it's really, really wonderful when you see the power of a child when they've been told how wonderful they are. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Like Mrs. Vento was saying, the home and school connection is the foundation. I will tell you from personal experience, when I had students who had no parent involvement whatsoever, for any number of reasons, the children suffered. They weren't reading, they were not learning. No matter what I did in the classroom, and I was working so hard, that parent and teacher connection is so crucial. The fact that they know that we're communicating a lot of times changes behavior. They know that we're communicating and that we are all in this together and we are a team. That is immeasurable. They understand that they have this very strong force behind them. This talks about learning. Oops, sorry, I keep scrolling and it's going. Many styles of learning, we talked about that. Learning is developmental. We are a Readers and Writers Workshop school, which I have a very strong background in. It is developmental. I will not be teaching to one level of students. I will be teaching your child wherever your child is at. It is very specific. So if your child is an advanced reader, I will be teaching your child advanced reading strategies. They'll be in what's called a strategy group for those strategies, approaching the next levels, all of the comprehension strategies involved in digging deeper and reading more complex text. And if your child is a struggling reader, I will be working with them at their level to continue to build their foundation, because they need that foundation in order to move on to their next level. So it's very specific and it's aimed towards your child and where they're at, because nobody's in the same place. They're all learning at a different rate and everybody's just on their own journey. And so there will be there's no one-stop shop here for teaching. I'm not teaching at one level. I'm teaching at every different level. And it takes some pretty dedicated time management. So I will be meeting with your student several times a week in a small group setting, under 15 minutes with the current guidelines, with a partition in between us, just because we will be close enough that I can see their reading or whatnot. But it's so crucial to their development. So I will be working with that and math as well. So math will be a workshop model where there'll be a lot of project-based learning going on. There will also be a lot of enrichment. If I have students that already know all of their math facts and that's what the unit is, multiplication, they will be working on something that's at the next level of development to continue their growth. They won't be sitting there falling out of their chair out of boredom because that's already a skill they've mastered. And we can, you know, if you have questions about that, that's something we can discuss on the actual back to school night. Every student treated with respect and given the opportunity to be successful. One of the only things that I am very hard and fast on is that no one is allowed to be disruptive in my classroom. No one is allowed to take the education away from somebody else who's there and willing. So that's something that I will communicate with parents. I will, of course, give them a positive behavior reinforcement plan. If that is something that happens, if they are disruptive in my class and my other students are having a difficult time, I will positively behavior monitor them. If it's become something that we need to communicate about, that's something that I am very serious about because my other students are trying to learn and it's unacceptable. They have to self-evaluate. Third grade is all about responsibility. And I know these kiddos have been home with you for a very, very long time. And they're coming in and they're kind of saying, well, my mom didn't do this or my dad, you know, I am a huge advocate for student responsibility. So whether you agree with that or not, I mean, it is what it is. They have to take responsibility for their education at this point. Of course, mom and dad are there to support. Of course, we talk about the home and school connection. However, they have to take ownership and they are overall going to be more successful if they own it. And it's not mommy and daddy's education, it's my education. And my teacher told me to do this. I need to make sure that I follow through with that. So we work on a lot of responsibility. You have a transitioning learner here. You have a learner that is going from everybody's holding my hand and everybody's hovering over me and making sure I do what I'm supposed to do because I'm a little kid and now I'm turning into a big kid. You have an intermediate student now. So the dynamic changes a little bit. It doesn't mean that we're not going to scaffold that. We are absolutely going to start releasing that responsibility, but we will start expecting more independence from our third grade learners. Let's see, controlling and changing ourselves is possible and it has a profound impact on others. Connectedness governs behavior. Conflict is an opportunity to teach. I absolutely believe that behavior is a product of something that's going on. So anytime that anything happens with your child, there's a death in the family, somebody's ill, they're worried about something, anything that you feel like might impact them as a student, please just send me an email. I've had a few instances over the many years where grandma died and nobody told me. And then I have a kid who's just a puddle of tears all day and I'm wondering what happened and they can't communicate that to me for whatever reason. Or, you know, it affects our learners. So anything that you feel is worth me knowing, there's never too much to let me know. Okay. I care very deeply about your children already and I want to know how I can be there for them. Let's see. Math, we teach math 4 days a week. I mean, typically you would do some type of assessment on Fridays. Math strands, you'll see those come home now and then. They're a spiral review because, you know, as you know, you keep using those things in math. They don't ever go away. So we want to make sure that the things they've learned, the regrouping and all those types of things, those don't go away. They come back in fourth grade. So we want to make sure we're reviewing those. Any way you can help your child with math facts is going to help them in the long run. I promise you, you're not going to want to be doing long division when we don't know our math facts. Units of study, problem solving with CGI. It's incredible what your kids can do, really, when they're given these types of problems that really call for critical thinking. You're not going to see a lot of problems coming home or whatnot that are just repetitive. You're going to see a lot of critical thinking and a lot of things like that. If I feel like they do need some extra practice, I will send it home. writing workshop, Lucy Culkins. I do not correct their writing. So that's the big thing you need to know. And if you haven't heard this before, your child is in a readers and writers workshop school, we don't correct. We don't use red pen. We don't correct capitals. We don't correct any of that. So when you see these things coming home in a folder later on, I will always send you a reminder, but please look at them with a kind eye. Your children will write incredible things because they're being given the freedom to write without being criticized. So if I teach a mini lesson about, I'm going to make it very basic. If I teach a mini lesson about using a capital, and then that student does not use capitals in their writing, the worst thing I can do is go through and do it for them. What I need to do is I need to pull them and I need to reteach them that lesson again. And I need to say, I love your writing. It's so wonderful. You know what? I noticed something though. You're missing capital letters. Let me show you how a good writer uses capitals to show their reader that this is a new sentence. And I'm going to teach them that lesson again, because the first time they learned it, they were thinking about something else. They were learning something else. They weren't ready for that information. So it's not to say that at some point we just say, okay, remember capital letters, but I don't correct that for them. I teach it to them again. And usually it reminds them, but in a kind way. So you'll see these coming every time we finish a unit. I will send all of their writing, and some of it's not going to be done. We write and we write and we write, and we don't revise all of them. So we only choose one piece to revise. That means they may have 8 more that are not revised. But when you read those, you need to look at them with a kind eye. This is your child's thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ability put on a piece of paper. So please don't correct it. Leave that up to me to do in our own way. And I promise you great things. Reading, same thing. I'm going to be teaching tools that good readers do. I'm not going to be teaching out of a text. I'm going to be using a mentor text that shows these things, but I'm not going to be teaching out of a reader. I'm going to be using a mentor text that talks about, oh, do you see how the author is making us make a picture in our mind? Good readers make a picture in their mind when they read. And I model it. I give them the opportunity, and then they use it in their own personal reading. Okay, so it's definitely a very specific approach. It's developmental. Science, we will be doing science most likely on Wednesdays at this point when we are doing our flip-flop time. Physical science, life science, and earth science, forces in motion, life cycles through plants, and animals through time. So any opportunity you have, I know there's a lot of people right now that really want their kids to experience things and kind of enrich their experience right now because they're only in school part-time. Those are always things that you can have them explore while they're at home. Social studies, community, patriotic symbols, Orange County, and history. So they learn about their county in 3rd grade. We like to teach them, this is where you live, you're a part of this county. Then next year in 4th grade, it's your state. And then after that, it's your country. And then it's your world. Because that's, that's how kids are. This is me, this is who I am. No, they can't see past where they are. So it only makes sense to teach them about their county, their place, their city. Okay. Technology, they need to be bringing their Chromebooks every day. I did notice that some of them are bringing them uncharged. They need to be charged nightly, because when they bring them into my classroom, even if they have the plug with them, they're 25 feet from a place to plug in their computer. So, and because we have to be 6 feet away in the classroom, I don't have alternative seating for them. So it's imperative that their Chromebook is charged. I am not a huge, I don't have kids on computers all the time. I love to teach literature. I love to be hands-on. Your child's not going to be on a computer very often, but in case they need to log into Google Classroom, in case they need to get on and look for something, whatever, or we are doing something on the computer that day, it needs to be charged. So just have them get in the habit of coming home every day, plugging it in, getting it in the morning, and bringing it to school. Keyboarding, I've already had you guys doing that a little bit. Small headphones. I saw a lot of people, I have a lot of big boxes on desks with big Panda Bear headphones, and they're supposed to have earbuds. The supply list called for earbuds. if that's all you have at this time and getting earbuds is not something that's going to happen at the moment, that's okay. But just know that it's a lot less distracting for them to just have earbuds and not be sharing how cute their headphones are with everybody around them. Their homepage, sorry, I keep doing that. Their homepage should be leelabforkids.com. So they should be going in through their Lee Lab for Kids. Okay. And a lot of them have really been working hard this week. I did want to mention there are a couple of them. If they have a new Chromebook that has not been used in LoSal Unified yet, they're getting a certification pop-up that's not allowing them to get onto the server. So I will need to work that out and find out what certification I need to get for them, because they're supposed to be getting on LoSal BYOD, bring your own device, and it's not registered. So they're not able to get on the Wi-Fi in order to get onto these programs. So I'll have to figure that out for you guys this week. Grades. They do get grades in third grade. I will not be sharing grades. We don't send home grade books. I'm not posting grades online or anything. If you ever wonder, I will send tests home and things like that. So you will see if there's a math test, you will see what score they got. But I'm not going to be uploading grades. So we don't do that in third grade. This kind of breaks it down. 50% of their grade will be tests, 30% will be classwork, and 20% will be quizzes. So that's kind of the weight of those grades. Effort, excellent, satisfactory, and N needs to improve. You'll never get an N on a report card from me unless we've had prior conversations about it. Okay, I won't spring that on you, I promise. So, if there's something they do need, if they're not putting effort into something and it's an N, I won't be giving you an N unless we've had a discussion or a conference about it. Responsibilities at home, reading logs will be on Google Classroom. I have it up there. I have not shown it to them yet. They'll fill out the form each night and we'll check them in class. 25 minutes a night, Monday through Thursday. So because we're not assigning reading on Friday, it'll be a little bit longer during the week. Sometimes I have it in there as their asynchronous work. I think this is more about homework. So this is, it's kind of one of those tough calls. If I have it for asynchronous work, we're not really doing homework at this point. So I would consider your asynchronous work your homework. Whatever's on the asynchronous PLP, that's what they're responsible for. I don't feel it's appropriate at this point to give them extra homework. I know this slide is in here because this is Mrs. Hansard's slides from last year. She was so sweet to share with me. But it did have other valuable information on it about Gigi and stuff, so I wanted to share it with you. So in the past, they've done reading, Gigi, and miscellaneous facts and papers. I will be putting it in their asynchronous minutes to read and to also work on their math facts. They do not need to do an additional amount of homework with that. Gigi, they can do it nightly if they would like to do that in their time. I know they love it. We just did an update on it, so I know it's not pushed out yet, and they've been very they want me to get on it, but it wasn't ready yet. So I'm just now getting the update, and I will get on it this week. Behavior, be kind, be honest, be safe, be kind, be honest, listen to when someone is teaching, follow directions quickly, raise your hand to share, show respect to all people and things. Very basic. I started fuzzies with them. I asked them if they wanted me to do class dojo. They didn't like it. I did class dojo with my fourth graders last year. I did promise them that I would never show the whole class who had what amount of dojo points, but they physically want fuzzies. And if you don't know what fuzzies are, they're like pom-poms that you glue all over things, and they collect them and they turn them in for prizes. So as it says here, donations are welcome. Please send in any little treasure chest items. If you come across any, if you have any little birthday party things that collect, please, nothing used, just with the current situation. Birthday party favors, Target dollar bin, Dollar Tree, whatever it is. It can't be candy, I'm sorry. But any little kitschy thing. You know, they love little tchotchke kind of things to play with. I also do things like pajama day and bring a stuffed animal to school day, and I'll have to find out if that's okay. I know there's a lot of guidelines right now, like my son's not allowed to bring any of that stuff to school, but we'll come up with some creative things for them. I'm really into positive behavior. You know, I'm a firm believer that the child who's having a tough time is for a reason. And you know, all those old fashioned sad face on the board or whatnot, you know, you and I both know it was the same kid every day and the behavior never changed. And I'm a firm believer in changing behavior with positive reinforcement. So you'll always see me giving them positive praise, and it really does. It makes all the difference in the world. As it, you know, as the year goes on, it changes, and all of a sudden they want a marble jar, or they want like a, you know, popcorn party, and they want to spell the word popcorn on the board. If they just, you know, it's like anything, they get bored, and I have to change it up. So you'll see all kinds of things like that this year. Class discipline. This is just based on, you know, conscious discipline. We're a conscious discipline school. We want eye contact. We want them to be present. We want them to be involved. If you want more information on conscious discipline, I can give you that, but I'm getting really long-winded here, so I'm going to rein it in. Birthday celebrations. I don't know that we can do anything. I don't know what you guys did in the past as far as food and whatnot. We do have some allergies in our classroom, so it's a little bit, or I don't really believe in bringing food into the classroom for a celebration, but I do love the idea of your child picking out a special book to share with us, and I absolutely will read it to them on their special day, and that's always a special way to celebrate. Here I am. Oh, I don't have a remind as of yet. I will share it with you. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and it wasn't cooperating with me, so I apologize. As soon as I figure out remind, I will let you guys know, but this is my email, and this is my phone number and my extension. You guys all know. You've emailed me or I've emailed you. A lot of times I send it through our school's Aries system because it's just easier than going in and creating all those groups and whatnot. At any time, not just conference time, at any time you're concerned with your child, something's going on, you don't feel like something is right, please contact me and we can meet anytime. I will meet with you anytime. I obviously can't be in person at this point, but I want to know what's going on. I really want you to speak with me about any concerns. If your child comes home and says something happened that wasn't fair or they didn't like or whatnot, please speak with me about it. You know, sometimes we tend to vent our frustrations with a teacher or whatnot in front of our children. And I can tell you that once you've done that, I've lost a lot of their respect and I've lost a lot of the ability to reach them. So if you would please bring me your concerns instead of venting your frustrations about something you think I said or whatnot. You know, kids twist things around. I can tell you from personal experience that, you know, kids tend to just hear what they want to hear sometimes and not want to take responsibility. And then it turns into a, well, they said this and whatnot. And I am 100% here for you to talk to at any point if anything arises that you need clarification on. Together, we may give our children the roots to grow and the wings to fly. Absolutely, my firm belief. So again, I'm sorry this went a little bit long. I didn't really know I was giving you that video as well, so I appreciate you sticking with me. If you have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. If you can't make it for whatever reason to that 6 o'clock time and you need to schedule a separate time with me, I know it's a weird time frame, but if you need to schedule something else with me or shoot me an email to clarify something, I am happy to get right back to you as soon as I can. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know your kids. They're absolutely wonderful. We're going to have a great year. We're coming up with really creative ways to make it feel fun and make it feel like school and like they remembered school being, and we're here for them. We really, really are, and we all believe that they need to be in the classroom with their friends if possible, and they're very safe and very responsible. So I'm very happy that they are taking everything so seriously, and they're just absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing them with me, and I can't wait to just keep getting to know them this year and watching them grow, because third grade is a huge year to grow. Thank you so much. I hope to see you on Tuesday night. Bye-bye.